Today I'm going to show you how to DIY your very own holiday-inspired village centerpiece. You'll need 4x4 lumber, copper pipe, and your stain or paint color of choice. The 4x4s came in 8-foot lengths, but I ended up cutting them down into manageable sizes so I could bring them inside and drill the holes for the chimney pipes prior to doing the angled cuts for the roofs. Trust me when I say it's easier to drill them in straight versus having to do them after you've already cut the angles for the roof. Using my drill and a spade bit slightly wider than the copper pipe, I drilled in about 1.5 inches to 2 inches into the board. All right, now that I have the hole for the chimney drilled out, I'm going to go out to the saw and cut my roof. So I've got the middle of the board marked here, and then I just kind of put an angled line, but I'm going to set the saw blade to 45 degrees and then cut the peaked roof at 45-degree angles. I don't think I'll put a chimney in every single house, so I am going to do some that are just like a little house. They'll still have the peaked roof, so I marked the middle here as well. And I'll cut 45 degrees here on both ends, and then I'll figure out, I'll do 2 different sizes, one smaller house and one longer, and I'll cut the straight cut after I do the angles because it'll be safer for me to have my hand away from the saw blade. Here I am adjusting the saw to 45 degrees so I can make the first cut for the roof. Once I have that done, I'll do the same process but the other direction. The 2 peaked roofs are cut. I'm going to move the angle back to 0 here on the saw. So we'll get a nice straight cut. And then I'll figure out, I think I want to make like a really short little house. So I'll turn it that way, and then this side will be a bit longer. We'll make a little baby house, and then it'll be a taller one. Cut a good variety of lengths for the houses, and then once I did that, I took my orbital sander and a 120 grit sanding pad just to give them a little sand over each of them to make sure that the stain and paint application went on fairly smooth. This is where the really fun creative process is. I decided to use black, white, and a beautiful stain for my Christmas village, but you can do whatever you want here. You can leave them raw, use all different colors of stain, funky, bright, vibrant colors, whatever you want to do to make this village unique to you. I can't wait to see what you choose. I'd love for you to send me a picture if you make this, but this is what I did for my home. I got all of the stain on, and while that was drying, it was then time to move on to the next step, which will be cutting down the pipe for the chimneys. So here you can see I'm doing the next step, which is cutting down this piece of copper pipe with a pipe cutter into around 2-inch pieces so that the pipe would actually stick up enough out of the holes that I cut in the 4x4 lumber to create that vision of a chimney. If you've never used a pipe cutter before, basically what it does is it has a blade and you just adjust it slowly with this little red knob as you move it around in a circular motion. And as you do that, it will tighten the blade around the pipe and slowly score into it so it will eventually snap off. It actually works really smoothly. Sped up this process so you didn't have to watch me make each individual chimney pipe, but I cut enough so that each house with a hole had a piece of pipe. So to attach the pipe into the houses, I just went the old-fashioned route with this really old glue gun. It works so well. It makes the glue hotter than any glue gun I've used before. So I just applied a generous bead to the bottom of the pipe and then a little bit into each hole, and they have held up so well. You just stuck it in there and voila. Look at that cute little chimney pipe. This is a simple and beautiful DIY that you can try this holiday season. You can use it as home decor or even a beautiful centerpiece like I did. Add some candles to those chimneys for an extra cozy glow for those holiday gatherings. I'd love to see if you guys try it, so send any pictures you have my way. Happy DIYing!